The 10 hottest watches today, why are they hot? Well, because they fetch the biggest premium, they are the hardest to find, and they're most in demand, so let's get into them. For the sake of argument, I'm going to stick to just brand new examples to make life easier. The 126500 LN, aka the new Squint Eye Panda. Ever since this thing hit the market, it was at a steady pace. It hit the market when the market was on its way down, ended up ultimately around that $33,000 price range. And again, let's not forget to mention that the retail price of this watch is $15,100, over 2x retail. In comparison to the hot market, this thing was trading around $55,000, so that was 4x the market almost. Next up is another obvious one, the Pepsi GMT on the Jubilee, the 12610 BLRO. Actually, what this was surprising, there was a little bit of turbulence. And when I say turbulence, there was rumors about the watch getting discontinued, right? So the prices kind of jumped up all the way up to $28,000. Then we realized they weren't discontinued. They went back down to the low 20s. Then the market kind of dried up. There wasn't enough product available in the secondary. They jumped back up to the mid-20s. And right now they're stable anywhere from that $23,000 to $24,000 price range based on the factors I told you earlier. Switching gears, it's a brand new Patek release, a 5980 white gold with sort of that jean dial and jean strap, if you will. A watch that was just recently shown by Patek Philippe. Patek is usually really good about getting their product out to market. They're one of those brands where the product is already ready to be released once they make the announcements, where a lot of companies will announce and then slowly release things just because they don't pre-make the stuff as much as perhaps Patek Philippe does. This thing retails for $78,000. It's on the market today for $220,000. Why? For one, you have an Nautilus by default that's going to trade over list. Two, you have a brand new model, and historically, whether it's during the hype years, the down market, the up market, whatever market, historically Patek always comes out of the gate high. It then slightly comes down, but in the case of a Patek such as this, and it being a Nautilus, and not remembering not too long ago how well Nautiluses do long term, hence the price of, again, more than 2x its retail. I've had this watch, I've seen this watch in person. It is an amazing looking watch, and I absolutely love what Patek did with this new release. Switching gears to Tudor Black Bay, and of course I'm going to talk about the pink Tudor. Thank you to my good friend Ariel from A Block to Watch, who wrote an article about this. If you guys haven't read their article, I urge you to do so. He wrote in there that speaking with some of the Tudor personnel, they said to him that this is going to be only one production run. So what that means in terms of numbers, we really don't know. Now, a lot of people compare this thing to bubblegum, to Barbie. It's fairly, actually not. It's more lavender. It's a bit of a subdued pink, but is pink the new green? Maybe, who knows? But at the end of the day, look at the watch. It is a beautiful watch. It's a different watch. It's a watch that certainly can scream unisex to me. There's a lot of ladies out there that like to wear bigger watches. My wife included, she wears men's Daytonas. This thing retails for $5,800, and I've seen them on the market for around that $14,000 price range, so almost 3x. And I think he'll stay there because I think the demand for this watch is overwhelming. Considering that people think that this is going to be a one production run and one and done, they're certainly going to pick those up, and they're going to forever stay watch trading over list if that's what happens. Surprise, surprise, the next new release, the 5164G, the next logical choice in the line of aquanauts for Patek Philippe. Again, look historically, they come out with a model, it's a new model in gold X, then it goes to gold Y, and then it goes usually to stainless steel. We've had two of these so far. We sold two of these, both sold around the $130,000 price range. Again, slightly over that 2x mark. If you look at most of the watches I talked about so far, they're trading at just a little bit above that 2x value. Of course, the pink Tudor is an outlier. Well, that watch is an outlier, period, if you look at it, but I like the watch actually. What I loved about that watch personally, when I actually physically had it in person, kind of can tell it's not the same kind of blue, and it's not. In person, it's sort of a lighter, subdued grayish blue with the strap to match. Big fan of the watch, and I'm not surprised that they're trading where they're trading. The Bruce Wayne, I've said it numerous times. I don't know who comes up with these names, the Starbucks, the Bruce Waynes, the Batgirl, the Batman. Why is this a Bruce Wayne? Is it because it's a subdued, I don't know. I don't know what's up. What about this watch told something that this is a Bruce Wayne? I get it, the gray and black scheme, okay. But again, who am I to argue? These nicknames come out. Like I said, I would love to be a fly on the wall of the first person to say, hey, that's a Bruce Wayne, and actually get credit for it. And same fate as the Pepsi GMT. 10.9 retail, $23,000 market price range. I think that's where they have stabilized, and I think that's where they're going to stay. I don't know in the race of GMTs if it's going to be the Pepsi, which was the clear winner, over the Batman and the Batgirl, or if it's going to be the Bruce Wayne. But for now, this is obviously a newer model, so it's been steady sitting at that price, which means that usually once that market price is set, they tend to stand there plus minus 5 to 10%.